Good afternoon, Bloomington. It is Friday at 3:04 p.m. You're listening to WIUX LB Bloomington, and this is Growing Pains, the show where we do a lot of cool things, including interviewing local and touring artists. Today, I'm joined in the studio by first-time guest, Albail. Yeah. Say hello.
Yeah, Growing Pains. Hi.
Hey. Welcome to the show. You're here because you just dropped your debut album, New and Naked, under the name Albail. So congratulations, first off.
You nailed that pronunciation.
Did I?
Yeah. Albail.
Albail.
Is derivative of my campus email.
No way, are you?
Well, it was like my parents called me that growing up because my name is Allie and last name Bailey. Also, I'm so excited to be here.
Yes.
But yeah, Albail, New and Naked just released that. It just came out midnight last night.
How do you feel? I know you had a little listening thing for it.
Yeah, I was listening with Max, who produced the entire thing. Max DeFrisco from, better known as West Head. West Head, very worth, is also releasing music. So if you're listening to this and you've listened to my stuff, you should definitely go and listen to Max's stuff and also the other people who we were recording with, like Sluggrove and Uses.
Yes.
It was really nice listening back to that and sort of getting a hindsight of the project that people put their whole soul into.
Their whole body and soul.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, I know we were thinking over word choice right there, but yeah, so that's so exciting. It's like really an incredible project. I think people have been the most excited and surprised because this is your debut thing. You haven't had any singles before the ones from this album.
Never, ever.
And yeah, I don't know, just how do you, are there people in your life, like I've just got started to get to know you. I've known you for a little bit. I've known you since the summer. And so I came into this knowing that you'd be producing this project, but do other people in your life who maybe haven't heard you sing before or haven't heard your songs? I mean, is there any of that?
No, this was like I think a total surprise for a lot of people. I mean, not a surprise because I've been playing music my whole life and performing it. I just never cared too much about recording it or sharing music beyond like just living that in my daily life, like not promoting myself. But this is definitely not that in this project. I feel like it's
art.
This is a collective art programmed all together. Sorry, we're clicking toes over here. It's really exciting, and I am very excited to share it. But I am mostly excited to share the energy and love that was put behind it. That has been my most favorite part for sure.
And I definitely just hearing just in the videos that Humdrum's been posting about the three Humdrum artists talking about each other's work. Speaking of Humdrum.
If you're trying to find this stuff, you should check out Humdrum Press. Spell how you'd imagine it. Humdrum. On Instagram. And it has lots of info about when things are going to be released. So if you didn't know that I was going to release an album, you should be on there.
Because then you'll know for the next one.
Yeah, period.
You're quite the promoter. You're plugging all the things that need to be plugged.
Cause
I think that we should get started. We have a select number of songs off of the album. There's a lot of beautiful instrumentals and an intro and things we won't get to hear on the show today, but it's all on the album, so everyone listen to it after the fact. But we're going to start, I think, with Kokomo. How does that sound with you?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Where you're from?
That is hometown. Where I am from.
Okay, cool. Well, we'll appreciate your origins in this song. This is Kokomo, Albail. Wait.
That's fun.
Okay, I'm going to work on my pronunciation. I like got really in my head as you were talking to me about it. And we're going to listen to Kokomo. Enjoy.
Let's do this.
choices made were mine for the most part. The same but not the like. Said word. Keeping my word though I'm kept from recalling. You ask me a question I can't help but stalling.
All right, that was Kokomo. Yay! We were just talking because this is your hometown.
Yes.
And I think it's a good starting point for the album and for this discussion, just because I want to know a little bit more about you and how you started as a musician. You were saying that you played surprisingly a lot of punk growing up.
Yes, in Kokomo. Kokomo is it's a city, but it's a small city.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have a huge music scene, and the people who are there really need to support each other. And I think growing up, that's definitely what we were doing.
Mm-hmm.
You're constantly playing with other people and collaborative processes with all your friends, which I think is partially why I never released personal music until now, because I was too busy enjoying all the awesome people in my life.
Yeah.
Which there's great people in Kokomo, but if you were listening to those lyrics, maybe not the best environment.
Mm-hmm.
No hate to Kokomoers out there, but Bloomington's pretty great.
Yeah.
Bloomington is really nice to be in.
Yeah. When you were first, I mean, like, just how did you get into the guitar to begin with? That's kind of how I know you. Like, you're a guitar maestro.
I do guitar. I like guitar. I wanted to be a rock star.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, I have anxiety, like many of us do.
Yes.
And performing is anxiety-inducing, for sure. I do enjoy performing a lot. But growing up, I did a lot of performance for guitar. And then you do music. So you get into band. I'm a band kid.
Mm-hmm.
So we did drums. We did all the auxiliary stuff. And I really appreciate that is what I spent all of my childhood really doing. Because this whole album is very multi-instrumental.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of assistance with different musicians, but I am playing like all of those instruments. Like in Kokomo, I'm playing the guitar and the bass. Braden Janes, who has been there this whole process, played the drums. Speaking of which, whole process, summer recording. We had a bunch of people in my house this summer.
Yes. I would love to hear more about that. Just because I talked a little bit with Keegan and Audrey about their experience recording in the house. But
Keegan and Slugrug and Audrey.
And they had, I mean, great things to say, but also Audrey was there for 2 days. This was your house that you converted. I mean, what was that initial process of being like, okay, we're doing it at my place, but we have to get everything we need here?
That whole Max came and he went, how do you feel about turning your house into a recording studio? And I went, yeah. We're in recording, like, for college. We do audio engineering. And he says that, and if you don't know Max DeFrisco personally, he is a very exciting and I want to say well thought out. Maybe that's not the best. When he comes to you with an idea, he certainly has that idea and he's thought about it a lot.
Yeah.
And when he came to me with that idea, I'm like, heck yeah, I trust you. Let's turn my house into a recording studio. Luckily, my roommates weren't there.
Mm-hmm.
So we recorded all of these projects in one big collaborative, loving hug of music and audio engineers.
And there's a lot of back and forth in between, like...
We are all playing on each other's stuff. Like, Westhead plays on Slugrug, and Slugrug plays on Albail, and Albail plays on whatever. Whatever I'm asked to play on.
Yeah. Something that Keegan said last week was how there are a lot of audio artifacts of the summer, especially on your project, which I thought was quite beautiful, like a cool way of putting things.
Are we going to play Eleanor next?
We're going to play Eleanor next. This is a good transition. There's a lot of cool... I think we should listen and then talk about all of the sound effects going on.
This one's a banger.
This one is a banger. This was one of the singles about your sister.
My sister Sydney.
Your sister's
not Eleanor. Her middle name is Eleanor.
Okay. I was wondering where the name... I knew it wasn't Eleanor, but I didn't know that it was her middle name.
Middle name.
Lore dropped. Well, Sydney Eleanor, if you're listening. Sydney Eleanor Bailey.
Yeah, Cindy.
This is Eleanor Albail. Albail.
Albail, Obul, Albail, Albaili, whatever.
Enjoy.
Like what I imagined.
1, 2, 2, 3, 4. Faded lantern, quiet on the linoleum floor. Oh my lord, on her tiptoes. Sisters peeping into the drawer. Eleanor, hollow hillside, frozen when the melody comes. Oh my stars, garters line you. The part of me that's under your thumb, chilling up, beckoning hues. Fire in the kiln ablaze, drunken clay on your sofa. Cider from the Appleish days, pumpkin face, fallen forces. Winter on through summer and spring. It begins the game of checkers. When the checkmates fall its chest once again. Arms around you and lips like just before. Sullen lamb of children's god, or aching wrist from forms. In the light it basks with dented glass, you ask the foreman of the chore. You're tight imbued with figures due, name twined from sliding doors. Ugly basement, quiet on the carpeted floors. House above, crystal windows. The woman is a baker of ham, she is large. I believe you. A river of blankets hung. You're out of the car, crooked rear view. The glimmer of a flickering lamp, mason jar. Wrap these arms around you, lips like just before. Wrap these arms around you, lips like just before. I was with you then, I'm with you now. I love you, Eleanor.
All right, and we're back. That was Eleanor. Talk to me about that song.
If if you were listening really closely, you might have noticed there's lots of auxiliary percussion, lots of instruments you might not expect, spoons, glasses. Sounds kind of like you're in a dining hall a little bit, which is kind of what we were going for. Dinner table vibes.
Yes. Yeah.
We got a bunch of people, a bunch of friends in this summer project. We put one little mic in between everybody, hand everybody a random object, and say, go at it, which is the energy I hope to bring in every music situation. I am a massive proponent of, you better be feeling that music, because those 1-5-4 chords are not going to help me when I gotta grab the washboard and the lute and just make it up as I go along.
When you talk about that, like going into the summer, did you know that all those are all little things that you wanted to include, or do you feel like there's a lot of discovery for what could be done on the albums just as the days went on?
From beginning to start to end, this process was certainly additive. Like there was a basic idea, and we're going to add on to that, and the creative liberties are free for all. Go ahead, and I'm totally open with sharing this, mostly because I feel like that's a bit of a childlike energy, and I spent like this summer reconnecting with being childlike. If you noticed go look at the album art made by Madison. I can't say your last name, Madison. I love you so much. Wolowski? Something like that.
Former art director.
Most amazing art director, designer ever. Worked on these single covers and album cover. Very childlike looking. And I just thought it was really important to reconnect with that side of your life. As early as you can, perhaps in your young adulthood. I'm currently 21. Because I think a lot of people leave that for later. And I would prefer to look at those things, meow, and work through that, meow.
Yeah. And a lot of these songs, I mean, I don't know exactly how long so please tell me, but you've been working on them for years and
years. And I don't necessarily quite identify with all of them anymore, or the ideas expressed in them, but looking back in hindsight, do I think those are accurate to how I was feeling? Absolutely. So, no regrets or nothing.
Yeah.
It was vulnerable.
Yeah.
Very vulnerable to share that. But with the people that I was with, that's easy peasy.
Yeah.
Very loving. Easy peasy.
Was there any, because I love your lyrics because it just feels like poetry set to music, you know, it's so.
Because it is. Because it is.
Well, it's so like, yeah, I just reading them, I mean, they stand, where they fit in the music, it's amazing, but they just stand on their own and they are so vivid and so descriptive.
You're listening to my diary entries.
Yeah.
Basically. Because that's where I take a lot of and derive a lot of lyrical content is you go in your diary, you find whatever little sad poem you wrote. Banger lyrics right there.
Yeah.
Perfect. Let me put my heart onto the air.
Yeah. Which you are. When you were like bringing these songs to the humdrum people, was there ever any like talking about the content of the lyrics, or was it just kind of was there any discussion really, or did you just kind of lay it out there and record around it?
I think I never really like sat down and really like dug into it. I feel that some of the meanings are veiled, but still brought across pretty clearly. So I think the people who are working on that so closely got the message. They got the feel. And I think as you listen to the whole thing, it makes more sense. Yeah.
It definitely seems like a reflection of you in different places and with different people and just kind of your relationships. Even if like the person or the place you're singing about isn't immediately clear. Like you can tell kind of the feelings you're trying to convey, which is cool.
Yeah. Even if you don't know specifically who I'm talking about, I'm sure that you could relate to that in some way. You felt that way.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. I think I was so glad you sent me your lyrics. I mean, they're like really one of my favorite lyrics from Eleanor is the hollow hillside, frozen when the melody comes. Oh my stars, and garters line you, the part of me is still under your thumb, chilling numb. Like, come on, who writes that?
Halfway Adrian Linker, because apparently Oh My Stars, I didn't realize, but when I was listening to Big Thief's like newer album, which I take a lot of inspiration from bands like Big Thief, quite obviously. But like they say, "Oh my stars" in some of their lines. I promise, pinky swear. I pinky swear. Pinky swear. That is, I'm actually quoting my 6th grade math teacher.
Oh wow.
Who would say, "Oh my stars" when she got upset, and then she would go, something about close ain't close enough except with horseshoes and hand grenades. There's lots of characters in your life, and I think it's really important to remember those.
Yeah, and you know, the average listener's not going to know that, hearing your lyrics, but you know it, and that's super cool to have out there. Do you have, this, it might be hard to choose favorites, but do you have a favorite song off of the album?
Probably Dog Bite or I-69. I-69 for sure, actually.
Okay.
Top one.
Huge.
Would it be wrong to play that next?
No, it wouldn't be wrong at all.
I would love to share this song and then talk about it, because this, I would stand by that. Is my, by far, favorite song, favorite process, favorite everything.
Well, we should play it then. And there's a whole chorus of voices, and...
Yeah, I mean, I'll actually just say it now.
Okay.
Boy Scout Marie.
Yes, shout out.
If you have not heard of them, look them up. They're on everything. Boy Scout Marie, they came on while they were on tour, and I got them to... They were hanging in my house, because my house over the summer was the hangout spot. And we all put a mic in the middle, and it was a big old group of loving friends singing together.
Yeah.
And I definitely think that's what it feels like when you're listening to it.
It does. And let's get into it. Well, this is I-69.
Let's get into it.
Enjoy.
Watching you.
And we're back. Such a hopeful but sad.
Yeah, we were talking while we were doing it. I feel like we should have probably left some of that for when we were talking about it. But feelings of love, of being included, of being able to have a chosen family with unconditional love. Like, you can create really close relationships with other people, even if it's just for like the time being. Background to this song of I-69 is not an innuendo or a joke. I-69 is the highway to Bloomington, coming from my hometown of Kokomo. And I got broke down on the side of the road, and the people I thought I could rely on to come and pick me up were not there for me at that point in time. But because of chosen family, I had a support system to reach out to, and I got picked up, and I was like, in my head, I'm like, wow, I'm full of so much love. And I like taking care of my friends, and I like being taken care of, and I love it when that's mutual and symbiotic.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going for.
And then to have a whole group of people
To come in and recreate group love. Yeah! That's all I ever wanted. This is one of the most recent songs that I wrote. And it's one of the more recent feelings that I have felt as a young adult. Growing up, you go through a lot of anger and sadness and all that, and you kind of don't, I think a lot of people at least, don't get the opportunity to become familiar and know what love feels like. It's really important. And I hope you picked up some of that loving.
Yes. I was all smiles by the end too with the laughing. I love all the things you've kind of threaded in. It's just like the process of recording the album and true things that were happening.
It was beautifully edited together as well by the same people. I'm going to keep saying their names. Boy Scout Marie singing in it. So go check them out. And Max Frisco Westhead producing that. And getting those people in the room. And Braden playing drums on it. And probably Keegan probably sitting in the room probably playing Nidhogg.
You know, I wanted to ask you about that. Just because I know that video games were an integral part of this this summer. Tell me more.
The energy of that, of my house over the summer, I think is what every frat house wishes they could have. Which is like the excitement and aggression of playing video games competitively against each other.
Yeah.
And kind of just like joshing and joking with your friends with the love of being close friends. Which maybe I haven't been to the right frat houses. If you know any that are full of unconditional love and support, please do link me.
Yeah. I would be ecstatic to know that too.
Yeah, lots of video games, lots of shared meals. People, can you imagine college kids loving and cooking for each other?
That's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty rad.
Yeah, that just sounds, and you guys spent so much time together too. And I think it's just coming out of the summer, talking to Max, he was saying, I mean, everyone was excited to be there all the time. Like, even if it was a particularly long day or anything, it was just people.
Yeah, these are college students coming in for free, no payment, maybe with the promise of food. Walking over and putting in work, like, wow.
Yeah.
To have a bunch of people come in and like do work for just the sake of I'm passionate and I want to do this. I love that.
Yeah.
I love it. I really do.
How do you think of your project in the context of just the stack? Like, how do you think of yours in not in comparison, but just how do you place it?
They all do fit together.
Yeah.
In certain ways. I think mine might be a little bit more focused on growing pains.
Oh
Oh
my God.
gosh. Yeah.
This was the show to come on. I actually
I
changed my
know, I
name
know.
for you. So welcome to Growing Pains. Next week we're gonna be happy hour with Trent Schneider. That's the show after. That's my bit.
Yeah, mine was a very childish look.
Mm-hmm.
In comparison, I think like Max's is a little bit more in hindsight. Like it has been released, right? I Will Love This More.
Mm-hmm.
Banger. Go listen to if you're into intimate, beautiful songs full of my favorite word today, love. They are definitely either cousins or sisters.
Mm-hmm.
We're not twinning, but yeah.
Yeah.
I think Slug Rug is a little bit more of the shoegaze, layered sound, beautiful. They add more electric components than all I did in this album. But they feel really good together.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that is more solidified by the fact that we are all close friends and we all did this together.
Mm-hmm.
Which I wish that I was not a part of it, only so that I could listen to all of it together and see how it connects. Because I know
Right.
how intertwined everything is.
Mm-hmm.
I think it comes across pretty well when
Yeah.
you're listening back. But I'm excited for when Max's
You'll have the full picture.
the whole picture. So stay updated with Humdrum if
Yeah.
you want to see how these college students are working together.
Putting stuff together.
It's pretty inspiring, low-key. Not gonna lie.
I would 100% agree. It just makes me think, like, I feel like I know Humdrum is going to, like, Stack 2 will also be crazy, and Stack 3 and all the stacks in the future, but, like, y'all three seem so perfect for each other.
It's a banger start.
It's a really great start. But I think it's also a product of, like, just, I think you, like you said, the friendship element and y'all's connection to each other helps make the music more connected than
Even more genuine. I'm an audio engineer. I totally could have done this on my own.
Mm-hmm.
Would I have? Maybe. Would it have been the same impact? Certainly not.
Mm-hmm.
There's something to be said about collaborative group projects.
Mm-hmm.
More brains, maybe able to do a little bit more work.
Just a little bit more work. I mean, we had Luca on that cup after all, so
Yeah, Luca, thank you so much, Luca, for mastering this whole album. He is a great engineer, by the way. Any bands listening out there, if you need if you need something mastered, go find his Instagram. Contact.
yeah, Luca. Yeah, he has his hands all over Bloomington projects, but
Hey, yo.
in a normal working way. Shout out Luca. I think we should.
What's next?
I want to do a little double feature back to back.
Ooh.
Respite
Okay.
followed by Dog Bite, just immediate.
Yeah.
Are we feeling good about
Yeah,
that?
yeah. Those go together in the album too.
Mm-hmm.
This is a little bit less loving.
Yeah.
And a little bit more anger. Growing up, you feel a lot of anger. So gotta include it.
Gotta include it. Well, enjoy these two songs. We'll be back after Dog Bite.
to turn as it gnaws and tears. When the whites of your eyes start to show, crying till you beg and let me go. There's no shortage to the ways it goes. There's no counting all their doors I'll close. Angry storms, whipping winds, like pulling inwards as you're stress-stricken. All your talks, strings attached. You brought your children to the verge of collapse. When your ugly, bloody teeth start to show, I'm crying to you, begging to go home. When from your mouth comes to outgrow, just remember it's unconditional.
Speaking of
Dog
bangers.
bite. And respite.
And respite.
And respite. Yeah, this one is just, it just stands out. It's different. It feels a little angrier.
It feels, I think, a little bit more in my wheelhouse halfway.
Uh-huh.
I do a lot of folk, obviously,
Mhm.
and I do a lot of metal and like rock. To combine those into one project,
Mm-hmm.
I think can be a little bit patchworky.
Mhm.
But this felt so smooth. The respite transition, definitely just, I love instrumentals. I love small little tracks that are like little nuggets of beauty,
Mm-hmm.
which I loved making that song. I had like an old chord pattern, and I grabbed Lauren to come and record cello with us,
Mm-hmm.
which is really exciting considering, if you are listening, Lauren, thank you very much for being willing to share music. In a collaborative process, I think there's a lot of assumptions, like you got to be okay with it all the time. And some people, this is kind of a new thing.
Yeah.
And that's really scary. And I know that Elle has not been sitting in a studio with the cello before.
Mhm.
Like, that's new and scary. And to come in and do that and create something like Respite,
Mm-hmm.
banger, so exciting. And I'm very grateful to be able to listen back to that
Yeah.
whenever and feel maybe perhaps a little respite, a little bit of peace.
A little bit of peace.
And then into Dog Bite.
Yeah.
Where we're screaming and yelling and long guitar solos that last for half the song.
Mm-hmm.
I was saying earlier, Dog Bite is also one of the more recently written songs.
Mm-hmm.
However, the emotions and feelings and ideas expressed in this song are all over in life in general. There's a lot of frustrations, and personally, as a woman, a lesbian woman growing up in Kokomo, Indiana, there can be a lot of anger that you
Sure.
harbor.
Yeah.
A lot of frustration and anger and rage, female rage.
Mm-hmm.
To get that all out felt so cathartic and great. Yeah, Dog Bite is about, I guess it's about feeling pain and maybe creating it in some circumstances.
Mm-hmm.
Dogs, I think I referenced this song. I've been bitten by a bunch of dogs.
Oh, wow.
I've been bitten by a lot of things.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
But like, I'm not mad at those dogs.
Yeah. They can't help
They're
it.
dogs. You're gonna just bear the wounds of that
Mm-hmm.
and grow from it and learn later on that when two dogs are fighting, you're not supposed to get in between them. Good word of advice, by the way. Don't get in between animals.
No, generally, don't do that.
Oh, not what the song's about. But like, kind of, honestly, it is. Let's be real. Don't get in between two fighting animals.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, and then a banger solo at the end.
Yes.
It felt so amazing after a summer of acoustic
Yeah.
to whip out that electric and be like, oh, I remember this.
Yeah, it's cool. It's really, really cool. And it's falls in a cool place in the album. Then you're back into,
Smack dab in the middle.
then you're in the folk and you're like, oh my God, where was I just at?
Where was I? You were
yes.
in female rage.
Female rage.
Maybe it's a little spontaneous.
Yeah.
Deal with it.
Deal with it. Ali just put up her fist, so I hope you felt that through your speakers. I am curious. We talked about it, I think, a little bit on the air, but actually, I'm switching questions. Okay, I just had a different thought. My question for you, pivoting a little bit, is a lot. I mean, putting out making this record has been a big component of this whole process. Obviously, the record is the product, but there's a lot of other stuff that's been going on because of Humdrum, either making music videos or doing social media promotion, coming on the show, playing a show, like a actual live show on Sunday. You talked a little bit earlier just about about those other things going on. I'm wondering though, like, do you enjoy the business of being an artist? Do you enjoy all this other stuff that's kind of come with this record and this release of Feelings? What is this like? What is all this like for you?
I mean, being the artist was weird.
Yeah.
And then being on the other side of helping other people create and produce and promote music. Definitely a lot of the people on this team are better suited than I, but I do truly enjoy being a part of, well, just this project in general. Sitting in meetings and listening to people talk about finances maybe isn't my forte. But just being a part of it.
Yeah.
And getting to keep the momentum pushing with this project. Like, we are, when I say this project, I mean Humdrum, and for the listeners, Humdrum, and all the artists that are playing with them and all the people who are doing this. We've got music videos for everybody. The Eleanor, which is the song we listened to earlier about my sister. My sister Sydney came down and did a whole music video, beautifully filmed and produced.
Yes.
Reese Wilson was the director for that. Reese Wilson's a cool dude who saw that vision and saw it through.
Mm-hmm.
And Grayson, who's the videographer, who's in the media school here.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, these are all college students.
Mm-hmm.
It is so impressive to see this work that college students aren't getting paid for, not even with pizza, which is what college students are like
normally
paid with.
Yeah.
No, it's beautiful, and yeah, we are that music video has released. Slugrugs music video has released.
Mm-hmm.
Equally gorgeous, animated.
Beautiful.
Max's Westhead's video has released,
Mm-hmm.
which is also like a beautiful exploration of childhood.
Mm-hmm.
It feels so good. And yeah, we got some shows coming up. We got a little personal show at my house, the house,
The house.
where we're gonna be playing songs together and reliving the collaborative process
Yeah.
of, hey, take these spoons, these sticks, and beat them together.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna make something cool.
So that's on Sunday. So it's exclusive, though you have to DM the account.
You're gonna have to like ask for it because like I live there.
You live there.
I do live there.
Invite only.
So only cool people get to know where I live.
Yeah. But you can find that on Humdrum Press. Where else? Right? And on your
Humdrum Press and in my Instagram, which is under the same handle, Albail, Albail.
perf. I'm excited for it. I'll be there.
Jealous.
Yeah, I got the invite. Before we move on to our final song, which is Reap, Max wants me to ask you about scream laughing during vocal takes.
Did he just text you?
He did just text me that.
Hi, Max. I appreciate that you are listening. Max knows this best because he is the best at eliciting me scream laughing. But I think that might be what I could be known best for, is energy.
Yeah.
I'd love to laugh.
Yes.
I don't normally do vocals. Surprise, surprise. I'm not normally a vocalist. I do guitar. I like to play stringed instruments. And vocals, I've never been trained. I don't know how to do warm-ups. I don't know how to properly do it, really. So to warm up, I just laugh really hard. Because I do that anyway.
Yeah.
And laughter, lots of people talk about this. And I will reiterate it for those who have forgotten. Laughter is incredibly important for your mental health.
Yes.
It's incredibly important for my anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
Performing is so much easier if I'm laughing the whole
Yes.
time and not in my head.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're able to find some laughter, go all out. I am a huge believer and supporter in laughing your heart out.
Mm-hmm.
And if anybody goes, you're laughing too loud, you're viewing that too loud, they are too small for you. And they are too lame, and they are not ready to handle all your great energy. And you need to go take that where it's appreciated.
Yes.
That's my pep talk for anybody who is a loud
Beautiful.
laugher.
Yes. Own your laughter. It means you're having a good time.
Yeah. And you'll definitely hear me laughing in that album.
Yes.
I cannot help it. They had to cut out probably 10 minutes of laughter.
That will be the B-side. We'll just the B-sides. I can't wait.
It's all laughter.
The extended play. Okay, well, we are gonna close out
With Reap.
With Reap. Do you have any?
Closing thoughts and
yeah.
ideas. Reap is the second to last song next to So. Reap is, they definitely obviously go together. Reap and So. So is our closing song. Please do listen to it on your own in a soft space, because that is that's the energy of that one. But Reap is quite a different area. We're doing lots of folk and country roots. We're going back to it.
Cool.
This is also the song where the album name derives from.
Yes.
So see if you can spot where I say new and naked.
Yes, it'll be like a game. Make sure everyone's paying attention. Well, I'm gonna have it play us out. But there's so much more that we haven't gotten the chance to play. My favorite song on the whole album we didn't get to play, Tried. I love that song. I love that song so much.
That is doing the best. Tried was the first single.
And the chorus is like the best thing
Also
I've ever heard.
another collaborative thing. Thank you, Chris, for singing on that. And
Shout out, Chris.
Shout out, Chris. That was the first one recorded.
Okay.
Was Tried.
Cool.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me here, and thank you for being so kind.
Of course.
I've really enjoyed it.
Good. I'm so glad we got to talk. I feel like there's so much to unpack from the summer, from you, from your music, and it's exciting. This is your first thing, but certainly not your last. And lots of good things are coming your way. I can tell. So thank you, Allie.
Thank you.
This is Reap. Continue to listen to New and Naked, and I'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Twists and tangles, boundless and borrowed, I'll prune what's wilted tomorrow. Fearful, frantic, grasping, rampant, I seek more beyond sweet intention. As we wander, fumbling onwards, over yonder, wonder be. Humble working, just observing, there's no thanks for done good deeds. More than might, I'm high and dry. My hands will reap as I decide. Shared in sacred, new and naked, granted love, painted patient, waiting, wanting prophets, won over on Haley's comet.